Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech, protected.
Suppose I should do some housework. It's really too bad I don't have someone to help me. Oh, just think, if we could do some teamwork, we could get everything done so much quicker. I mean, someone could vacuum the floors, and I could dust the cobwebs, since I'm not really fond of vacuuming. Oh, hello there. Welcome to Grandma Kitty's house, and I'm Grandma Kitty, of course. I was just thinking about doing some housework, but it looks like I've been saved by the bell. What's that? You didn't hear a bell? Oh, no. There wasn't really a bell. No, that's just a saying, just an expression. And it means that you get saved from doing a task that you really didn't want to do. For you, it's probably something like homework. For me, as housework. Yeah, so yeah, I usually put housework on the bottom of my to-do list, yes. But I was just thinking how quickly I could get my housework done if I had some team players to help me. Oh my, someone could vacuum and someone else could wash the dishes, and somebody could wash the windows and do the laundry, and then I could get rid of those nasty cobwebs. Just think how quickly we could get things done with a whole team of workers. Oh, that reminds me of a book I just read recently. It was about a group of friends that got together and worked on a project, and they used teamwork to get it done. Oh, here it is. Oh, I think you'll like this story. Shall we read it together? It's about Mickey Mouse and his friends, and this story is called The Treehouse, and it was written by Ellie O'Ryan. So let's read that together, shall we? Oh, one sunny morning, Mickey had an idea. He was going to build a treehouse. Mickey called all his friends and asked if they would like to help. Soon, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, and Goofy arrived in Mickey's yard. Building a treehouse is a big job. Maybe we should split up the work, Mickey said. Why don't you saw the boards, Goofy? Then Donald and I can hammer them together. I have an idea, Minnie said. She showed Mickey a special drawing she had made. Good thinking, Minnie, Mickey replied. That will be one of the most important jobs of all. Goofy dumped out his toolbox in a corner of the yard. The tools made a big crash and a big mess. Goofy found what he was looking for and began sawing the boards. After a few minutes, Mickey walked up to him. Sorry to bother you, Goofy, she began. I was wondering if you would cut some boards for me, too. Sure, Goofy said with a grin. Just tell me what you need. Goofy took a look at Minnie's drawing. Then he cut some boards and helped her carry them across the yard. They're really working together nicely, aren't they? Doing some teamwork. Over by the big tree, Donald and Mickey worked together to make a rope ladder. When they were finished, Mickey attached the ladder to the thickest branch. He gave the ladder a strong tug. It didn't budge. That should do it, Mickey said. Once we finish building, we can use this ladder to climb into the treehouse. Just then, Goofy brought them a stack of boards. Here you go, he said proudly. I still have to saw the boards for the roof, but you can use these for the floor and the walls. Thanks, Goofy, Mickey said. Mickey and Donald climbed into the tree, pulling the boards behind them. The sound of their hammers echoed through the backyard as Mickey and Donald started building. Across the yard, Minnie pulled her hammer out of her tool belt. As she picked up the first board, she realized that she had forgotten something very important. Minnie hurried over to the big tree. Do you have any extra nails? She called up. I left all mine at home. I have some, Donald said. He fished a box of nails out of his tool belt and gave them to Minnie. Oh, what good friends they're being. Such nice teamwork. On the way back to her project, Minnie stopped to see how Daisy was doing. Wow, Daisy, Minnie said. You mixed up a lot of paint. Daisy giggled. I might have mixed a little too much, she said. Do you need any paint for your project? Thanks, Daisy, Minnie said. That would be great. Buzz, buzz, buzz went the saw. Bang, bang, bang went the hammer. Swish, swish, swish went the paintbrushes. Mickey's backyard was a very busy place. Later that day, Morty, Ferdy, and Pluto came home from the park. Morty and Ferdy couldn't believe their eyes. Wow, the boys cried. That's the best treehouse ever, added Ferdy. Then they scrambled up the rope ladder, but Pluto stayed behind. He tilted his head and stared at the ladder. He couldn't climb it like the others, because he's a dog, huh? Mickey understood right away. Don't worry, Pluto, he called. Come around to the other side of the tree. Pluto trotted around the tree and found something that made his tail wag, a set of stairs that were just his size. Minnie made them for you, Mickey exclaimed. Now come on up and join the fun. Pluto ran up the stairs. It really was the best treehouse ever. Oh, isn't that a nice story about teamwork? It would have been a lot of work for Mickey to have to build that treehouse by himself, but all his friends came together and they did some good teamwork and got it done in no time. So today I thought we could talk about teamwork and being a team player. Yeah, so there are times when you need to be on a team and you need to be a team player because we can all benefit from some teamwork, right? Have you ever been a team player, part of a team? What's that? Oh, soccer. Yes, when you played soccer. That is a very good example. Let's talk about that for a while. So when you play soccer, there's different team players, right? They play different positions. There's usually 11 team players, and so you have forwards that they're right in the middle of the action. They're right up there running a lot, and then there's the midfielders and the defenders, and the goalie. The goalie plays a very important part, yeah, because the goalie's job is to try to keep the ball out of the goal so the other team doesn't score, right? So so let's pretend our dolls here are soccer players. So let's say that this one here is the forward, and this one here is the midfielder, and then we have a defender, and then we have a goalie. So now what if the forward said, why do I have to do all the running? I'm so tired of running. I want to guard the goal instead. And she got mad and she quit. And then what if the midfielder said, well, I want to kick the ball more often, but nobody ever kicks the ball to me. And she gets upset and she quits. And then what if the defender criticizes the goalie and said, you let that ball go in the goal and that team scored and it's your fault. And the goalie gets upset and quits. All you have left is one person, right? Is that a team? That's not a team, is it? No, you need all your players to have a team. One person can't play by themselves. All right, so look at my flowers here. Now, aren't they lovely? Isn't this just a lovely bouquet of flowers? Now, flowers can't talk, but what if these flowers could talk and they got jealous of each other? And the rose said to the blue sunflower, you're so big and bright and beautiful and right in front. Everybody looks at you first, and they don't even notice me back here by the lilies. And the blue sunflower got all upset and left. And then what if the white lily said, oh, I'm just a plain old white lily, and nobody even pays any attention to me because I'm not bright and beautiful like the pink lily. And so the white lily got mad and left. And then what if the pink lily said, I don't smell sweet and beautiful like the rose, so there's no point in me being here. And so the pink lily left. And then what if the rose says, well, this stinks. If everybody else is going to quit and leave, I'm going to leave too. And the yellow rose leaves. What do we have? We just have a couple of purple daisies, huh? And they probably say, oh, what's the point? We're not a bouquet by ourselves. And then they get mad and leave, and all you have left is an empty vase. That's not a bouquet, is it? No. So I know flowers can't really talk, can they? And they can't really leave the bouquet like that. But do you see what I mean? Teamwork is very important, yes. I mean, we're all different, just like these flowers. These flowers are all different. We're all different, but we each have our place in life, yeah. Everyone is important in their own special way, and we all have to work together to be a team. We may not all be bright, beautiful blue daisies or fragrant yellow roses or pretty pink lilies or delicate little daisies. No, we're all different. No, but we each have something that's special about us, some talent, some ability, and we have to find out what that is and use that and fit in together with a team somewhere and not be jealous of each other, right? So let's look at my poster here. Let me show you the other side. This is Grandma Kitty's marching band, and so these are some instruments you might find in a marching band. So let's talk about these a little bit. I just love the flute. Do you know what a flute is? It's silver and it's kind of like a long rod, and you hold it this way and blow into it. Yeah, I love flutes. They're high-pitched and very very musical. Now, I'll tell you, they're sweet sounding. My grandson has a high-pitched scream, and that is not sweet sounding at all. No. But flutes, they have kind of a high-pitched sound, but they're very pleasant to listen to. They remind me of birds singing. And if I had played an instrument, I think I would have chosen the flute. And then we have a clarinet over here. The clarinet it's what's what my sisters chose to play. It's long black and you hold it down in front. One of my sisters chose to play the oboe, and that sounds a lot different than the clarinet, and it can be quite obnoxious for somebody to listen to when the person doesn't really know how to play it. It just squeaks and squawks, and it's really annoying. But the clarinet here, that's something that Squidward plays on SpongeBob, if you ever watch SpongeBob. Yeah. Now we have the saxophone. The saxophone's very pretty. It's made of brass, and it's a shiny gold instrument. Now, I had a cousin that played it, and he was very good at it. What's that? Oh, does he still play the saxophone? Oh, he moved away, and I haven't seen him for years, but I think he tends to play the piano now more. He's very musical, very talented. Yeah, but it's a nice instrument. Now we have the trumpet. The trumpet is also shiny and gold. I used to work for a man that played the trumpet for the Boston Symphony. He was very talented because the Boston Symphony doesn't hire just anyone, no. And then we have the tuba. Do you know what a tuba looks like? It's got a big bell on it, and that big bell reminds me of a petunia. If I played the tuba, I would paint my bell to look like a flower because it kind of looks like a petunia. But there's different shaped tubas, and some of them, they kind of snake around you and you kind of wear them. And then we have the trombone, and that's a sliding instrument. You have to slide your bar to make the notes. So I don't think I'd be very good at that because I probably would get a B flat when I wanted an F sharp. Yeah, I don't think I'd be very good at it. And then we have the drums. Well, no band is complete without drums. They don't play the tune. They don't play the melody, but they are the percussion instruments, and they keep the beat going. All right, so that's our marching band. Now, what if the flute says, I'm not as loud as the tuba. He is so loud and noisy, you can't even hear me, so there's no point in me even playing. And the flute gave up. And then what if the clarinet said, the flute always gets to be in the front, and it's not fair that they're always in the front and we have to march behind them, so I'm just not going to play this game. And he gave up and left. We're losing our instruments, huh? Now, what if the saxophone player says, I am so sick of that trombone player hitting me in the head with his bar, and he gets mad and leaves. And then the trumpet player says, you're tired of getting hit in the head with this bar. I'm tired of this tuba blowing in my ear. And he gets mad and leaves. And the tuba says, well, who wants to play an instrument that looks like a petunia? And so he gets mad and leaves. And then the trombone says, I wouldn't keep hitting him in the head with my bar if there was enough room for me. And so he gets mad and leaves. And then the drum says, well, I can't even carry a tune. So he gets mad and leaves. Oh my goodness, if everybody got upset, there wouldn't be a team left, would there? No, we just have Grandma Kitty's marching band signed and that's it. Oh, so that wouldn't be good, would it? No. So you can see how important it is to be a team player, right? Because you don't have a team if everybody gets upset and quits, right? So, this just makes me want to go find a team to join. But it's not going to be soccer because I am not good at running. So, while I think about it, why don't we just do Move and Groove? Yeah, I got a good song today. It's called Made for This, and it talks about how you're made for a purpose. Yeah, and your purpose is something useful and helpful that you were born to do. So you know what your useful, helpful purpose is right now? To join me and Move and Groove. So you hop up off that couch and let's do some moving and grooving. Here we go. All right, what are you doing?
I was made for this. I
like that song? I like that song because that tells us that we all have purpose, right? We were all born for a purpose, all born for a reason. And that is so very true. We didn't just happen. We have a purpose in life. All right, let's check our bee basket. And so remember that our bee basket are the things we want to be. All right, let's set that right up there. All right, now let's see what we have. Oh, we've done this one before, but this is a good one. This is worth repeating. This says to be resilient. Be resilient, yeah. So if all these band players were resilient, would they have quit the band? Oh, no. Or the soccer players or the flowers? No, no. So you want to be resilient. So we talked before about how be resilient sounds kind of like, let me find my sign here, be resilient. So while I'm talking about being resilient, I'm going to build some silly ants for you. So, all right, so let's talk a little bit about how to be resilient. So now if someone says to you, your hair looks so ugly like that, what should you do? First of all, that wouldn't be a very nice thing for them to say, would it? No, it would not at all. But if somebody said that to me, do you know what I would do? The first thing I would do is to look in the mirror, because Grandma Kitty's hair gets quite messy sometimes, yeah? So the first thing I would do would be to look in the mirror and make sure they're not right, because they may be right. But if you look in the mirror and there's nothing wrong with your hair, well, instead of getting upset, you could just say, well, I really like my hair like this, yeah, and my mom likes it too, and we thought it was a good hairstyle for me. And just don't let it bother you. Don't get upset if somebody else doesn't like your hair. What's that? You would tell them not to look at you if they didn't like the looks of your hair? Well, I guess you could do that. Just be polite about it. Yeah, just be polite. All right, now if somebody said, your shirt is so stupid, what should you do? Should you go pout? Go change your clothes? No, a resilient person wouldn't let it bother them. Or a resilient person might say something like, well, I'm sorry you don't like my shirt, but I do like my shirt. And you know what they might say? They might tell them why they like their shirt. Like they may say, I really like my shirt because my grandmother gave it to me, so it's really special to me. Or they might say, oh, it's my favorite color. Or you know, I've had this shirt for a long time and it's very special. So they wouldn't go pout or change their clothes. No, they just would get over it, not let it bother them too much. Now, what if you were playing soccer and somebody said to you, you can't be the goalkeeper because you're too slow. You need to be really fast to stop that ball. Would a resilient person quit and go sit on the sidelines? No. A resilient person could say something like, well, I don't know if I'm fast enough, but I'll try my best, right? That's all you can do, right? Try your best, yeah. And if you quit and give up, well, that's not trying, is it? No. So you gotta work on trying to do your best. Now, what if you always finish last in the race? Or in gym class, you were always last. Should you just give up and not try anymore and say, oh, I'm just not meant to do this? No, a resilient person would not do that. Now here's the thing, someone always has to come in last. Yep, there is always someone who comes in last. But you know what? Here's the thing about someone who comes in last. At least they did the race. They completed it. They finished it, right? And here's the thing. They did better than the person who was just standing on the sidelines watching, right? Yeah, so you just go and do your best, yeah, and just keep trying, yeah, because quitting doesn't get you anywhere, no. Now, what if someone, like maybe mom, says, I am so tired of listening to that instrument squeak. I can't take it anymore. Should you just give up and say, oh, forget it. I'm not meant to play this instrument. I can't make it sound right. Do you think that's the way you should handle it? No. A resilient person wouldn't give up. They might go find someplace that won't bother mom, like go in your bedroom and play the instrument in your bedroom so mom doesn't have to hear it. But no, they wouldn't quit. Now, I wanted to play the piano when I was younger, and I worked to try to learn to play the piano, and I had such a hard time with it. I really did. And then one day I sat down and I played a song, and I was so excited because I played a song and it sounded like a song. So I didn't give up. No, you can't give up. You have to just keep trying. Just keep working on it. Do quitters ever win? No, no way, they don't. So, to be resilient means that you have to bounce back. Yeah. When life knocks you down, you just have to find a way to bounce back. What's that? Has life ever knocked me down? Oh, my goodness. Oh, yes, life has knocked me down many times. Yep. And sometimes I haven't even gotten up from the last problem and it knocks me back down again. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to keep ahead of all the problems in life. But you know what? You just have to get up and keep going. Yeah, you may need to make some changes. Yep, sometimes you have to make a change because the problem isn't going to go away, and you might have to make some kind of a change in your life. But you just need to keep moving on. Yeah, you just need to keep trying and never give up. Yeah, you just have to keep moving forward, because if you don't, life will pass you by. Yeah, you don't want life to pass you by, right? Remember what our song said? You were made for this. Yeah, you were built for a purpose. Yeah, so look, here are my silly ants. Aren't they silly? No, they are resilient, silly ants. Yeah, they are silly. They don't stand up very good. They're very wobbly ants, but they are silly ants. Oh, so, well, I do hope that you will be a good team player. Yeah, remember what Grandma Kitty always says. Let me find my little poster here. Believe in yourself, right? You have a lot of talents and ability, a lot of good things inside of you, and there's something you were meant to do. Like our song says, you were made for a purpose. There's something that you were meant to do in life, some team that you were meant to be a part of. Maybe you'll grow up to be the best soccer player ever, or the best drummer ever, or something. Who knows what you were meant to do, but you were meant to do something. You were born for a purpose. Yeah, so I do hope that you will find your talent, and when you do that, you'll be a good team player, whether you're playing sports like soccer, or you're part of a band and you play an instrument, or even if you want to do teamwork with your mother and help clean the house. Yeah, that would be good for Mom. Yeah, whatever you do, just be resilient in life. If life knocks you down, you get right back up again. Yeah, and remember to always work well with your teammates, right? And don't be jealous of them. No. So, well, I thank you for joining me today. I hope that you have a wonderful day and that you're a good team player in whatever you do in life. Now, you take care, you stay healthy, safe, and happy, and Grandma Kitty will see you next time. Bye-bye.